Good morning students, myself Kalpana Kothari and I am here with the topic of the chapter The Rise of Nationalism in Europe for class 10th history. So students, earlier video we have continued up to the topic of the revolution which was led mainly by the liberals in 1848. So students, now that we know that what was the demand of the liberals and how the middle educated class joined this spirit of nationalism. So now we are talking about the making of Germany. When we trace the history of Europe, okay, then we come to know that three countries, okay, the first is Germany, then Italy, and the strange case of Britain. How these countries make their identity as a unified state and they develop the unification process. So first we are talking about, in a separate manner, we are talking about the making of Germany in Europe. So students, after the liberals revolution in 1848, as it was not got the entire success in its movement, okay, so the Germany, that after the 1848 the nationalism in Europe shifted from its association with democracy and revolution. Yes, the idea, as we have seen that time to time, consistency, that to get success in anything in our life we need the consistency, the regularity. So anyhow, that after the liberals revolution, that the idea of the nationalism in Europe is also shifted from its main focus, which was that they want the democracy and they also want that revolution. If they will not get the democracy, it means independent and constitutional state, okay, or the type of system of government, and they want to motivate this idea with the help of various movement and revolution. That idea, student, that idea in Europe after 1848 was separated from the basic revolution or the national spirit, okay. Then nationalist sentiments were often, how it was happened that many times the nationalist sentiment, because when we talk about our sentiments as a nationalist, so it requires so much of patriotism in our spirit and patriotic feeling and as a citizenship, okay. Because when we say citizenship, it means that we used to think that what will be helpful for the development of our country, our area, our town, our city. We are not self-centered. So that idea basically shifted in Europe after the 1848, the liberals revolution. And now many time how it was happened, that many time nationalist sentiment, whatever feelings and sentiments the middle class people in Europe used to having to just eradicate the monarchy system from the Europe, the various part of the Europe, were often prepared and organized by conservative for promoting state power and achieving political domination. Their idea, their idea of democracy and revolution was oftenly used and modified by the conservative for promoting the state power, okay, state power and achieving political domination. Yes, the conservative wanted to change the idea of the all revolutionary figure and nationalist spirit, and they want that their spirit has to be modified to achieve their own ambition in the form of promoting the spirit of state power plus to achieve the political dominance. Because student, always remember, whenever that we talk about the dominance means again the lacking of democratic feelings. So they want that once again their all the agitation, their all the movement which was organized by the all nationalist people in Europe, they have to be modified very tactfully by the conservative to achieve their own personal state in the form of state power and achieve their political dominance. They want that their own political dominance should be used by them over Europe. And it had happened, as we know that German tried to unite the different regions of the German Confederation into a nation state governed by the large landowners of Prussia, and these landowners were known as in a local language Junkers. So in the case of the unifying the Germany as a nation state, as a nation power, they wanted that the Germans, all the Germans native wanted that the large land area which was governed by the Junkers of Prussia from that period, Prussia have taken the leadership of the nationalist unification. Okay, as we know that German tried. First of all, what the German tried? German tried that first of all, the different region of the German Confederation, which comes under the German Confederation, they have to be into a nation state. They wanted that all the area which come under the German Confederation should be developed or should be connected as a or merged as a nation state, so that they all will be come under the German area or German empire. And these most of these area was governed by the, you can say, Prussian landowners who were called as the Junkers. So now their main target to govern these all small or big piece of land and convert it into a main part of German. Now what they have done for that? From that period, okay, after the 1848, from that period, Prussia have taken the leadership of the national unification movement, and it was the time when Prussia, because these more over the part of the land was governed by the Prussian Junkers and the landowners. So from that time, that who they have given to control all the unification leadership, they have given the leadership to the Prussia, and to continue the spirit of the national unification movement. Now they have changed the name. Okay, it has been changed the idea from democracy and revolution. Now it has been limited. Now they wanted that Prussia has to, you can say, continue the spirit of the national unification movement, which means they want all the small lands of the German Confederation should come into a one nation state. Okay, and for that moment they have given the leadership to the Prussia, and Prussia have given this movement the name of National Unification Movement. Under the National Unification Movement, which was led by the Prussia, they wanted the all small kingdoms and the empire of the German Confederation should come into a large extent as called as a one state, as a Germany or German state. Now Prussian Chancellor. Now as you have seen the heading that in your NCRT also, they have given the heading the making of Germany and Italy, and when they have said that making of Germany, they have given the slogan that can an army be architect of a country. So again, when we are talking about, when we are giving the power to the army professional, then again there will be a lacking of democracy, because as you have seen your own country India, we are enjoying the democratic regime for a long period of time. So we know that how the people voice is supreme in the democratic country. So again that although they are, that's why they have changed the spirit of nationalism from the democracy and revolution to the nation state on their political dominance. So again there is a army rule and all the decisions will be taken by the army. And then there is a big difference that when we talk about the democracy that it will be time consuming. It will take so much of time for discussion, for electing a representative, because there is a system. Okay, there is a system for electing the people or the representative also. But again, when the army, okay, when we are talking about the making of Germany, and we are saying that can an army be an architect of a country, so again that it is against the democracy. So again they are short-sighted, that for that when Prussia came into an existence as a leadership, okay, to develop Germany as a nation state, so what they have done, that Prussian Chancellor and leading diplomat of the late 19th century, Otto von Bismarck, was the architect of this process. Which process? Making of Germany as a nation state. And he helped by the Prussian army, or who Otto von Bismarck was held by the Prussian army and bureaucracy to convert Germany as a nation state. Okay, and he was held by the Prussian army. He was the chief minister and the leading chancellor and diplomat of the late 19th century. So Otto von Bismarck have taken the opportunity and the helped by the Prussian army and bureaucracy to develop Germany as a nation state. Now, for that, after that, now it was not so easy. It was not so easy as they were also, you can say, there were the people who were against about this spirit of national unification movement in Germany. So for that, after that, three wars were fought over 7 years. Okay, to achieve Germany as a nation state. For that, three wars were fought over 7 years. Okay, 7 years they have faced three wars, and these wars were held between Austria, Denmark, and France. Okay, to make Germany as a nation state, unification of Germany was held after the three wars within the 7 years among Austria, Denmark, and France, and ultimately in January 1871. You can see the time after 1848. Okay. Lastly, in 1871, the Prussian king William I was proclaimed German emperor in a ceremony at Versailles. So, in 1871, after the victory of the Prussia over Austria, Denmark, and France. Okay, these all three countries has to lose their war, and Prussia declared as an independent, you can say the warrior. Okay, and after that, in 1871, the Prussian king William I was proclaimed the German emperor. Okay, German emperor in a ceremony at Versailles. So, in 1871, lastly, German, okay, or Germany has emerged as a unified country, okay, and unified country, but still they are following the pattern of, you can say that again, the monarchy emperor system. So there is a lacking of full spirit of democracy, and after that we will discuss that after declaring the Germany as a nation state under the rulership of the Prussian king William I, although they have done some remarkable development in currency, the new form of currency, and modification and modernizing in their currency, development in their means of transportation was their main. There was so much of improvement. Even Germany has emerged as a role model to develop the country economy for the rest of the European countries and states. So in this way, the Germany has emerged as a unified country under the rulership of the William I of Prussia. So students, we will continue the topic that how after that the Italy has unified. Okay, till then